This video is going to have a look at the Earth's early atmosphere, the gases that were there, how they got there, and how it's changed between then and today. So, when the Earth was first formed, it was molten. Volcanoes started to form, and those volcanoes gave out all the gases from the core of the Earth. The main ones that were given out were nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and water vapour. I'm putting the G there to show that it was a gas at the time. There were other small gases such as methane and ammonia given out. The main ones you need to know for the exams are these two, water and carbon dioxide. So, as the Earth started to cool, the water vapour started to condense. It cooled down, and this formed the oceans that we see today. This left us with the main gas of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which was about 90%. Obviously, we've only got 0.038% of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere today, so something had to happen to that CO2 to get rid of it. The very first thing was it started to dissolve. It went from an area of a high concentration, so lots of carbon dioxide, to an area where there was none, and this was in the water. So the CO2 started very surely and slowly to dissolve into the water. Eventually, plants started to grow, algae in the water. These algae absorbed more carbon dioxide. A process called photosynthesis occurred, so the CO2 went into the algae, into these little plants, and produced oxygen. So note, there was no oxygen in the early atmosphere. Living things, humans, animals, could not have existed back at this time. When the plants started to photosynthesize and give out oxygen, that's when the first living organisms started to be produced, to evolve. Eventually, there was very, very little carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So today, there is 0.038% of this carbon dioxide. There are small amounts of argon, 0.9%. And then we're left with nitrogen and oxygen. You don't need to know how nitrogen got there. You'll learn about that in the biology topic if you haven't already done so. But oxygen obviously got there through photosynthesis. So as more and more plants and trees grew, more and more oxygen was given out. And that gives us 21% of oxygen, which makes up our atmosphere today. And then nitrogen makes up the final 78%. The third way that carbon dioxide was removed from the atmosphere is when animals started to grow. They then died, fell down to the bottom of the sea, and they got buried in bits of rock, and sedimentary rocks formed. Sedimentary rocks is something that comes up in the next topic, but these sedimentary rocks contain carbon dioxide, all the carbon dioxide from the plants and animals that have died. So over billions of years, this CO2 went from 90% all the way down to 0.038.